The Writers Guild of America now on strike, meaning television productions around the country are coming to a halt. The board of directors for the Guild unanimously voted for this walkout. It's the first writers' strike since 2007-2008. We'll show you a live look here tonight at the Hollywood sign, courtesy of the Hollywood Sign Trust. Of course, out in LA, this work stoppage is having a massive impact on the local economy. But TV and movies are big business in communities all over the U.S., and that includes here in New York State and in Buffalo. Tim Clark is the commissioner for the Buffalo Niagara Film Office. I appreciate you coming in to talk to us about
Well, I appreciate you having me. You know, there's turmoil in Maria's forecast and there's turmoil in Hollywood, so go figure.
Turmoil all around.
I know, go figure.
When you look at the immediate impact of this, we know tonight, the Tonight Show is going to be a repeat.
Yeah.
It's these shows that they need writers every day to continue them, right? That's what we see first out of this?
The first thing you're going to see is scripted television and mostly late night stuff. So 3 on this network, weirdly, are postponed indefinitely for the foreseeable. And then I think what you'll see is maybe kind of a effect of toward the daytime soap operas. And eventually, you know, it may hit the movie business, but it's, you know, that's a little ways off yet. It could be by the end of the year.
Yeah, we always wonder what the impact is here locally, and the budget. We're going to talk about this maybe later this week with you. But you know, the budget includes more incentives to try to continue to grow the TV and film business in our region. If there is an impact here, I imagine it would be if this strike lasts a long time and they don't have scripts to be making movies or TV shows.
No, you're entirely right. Yeah, that's absolutely it. Right now, we don't have any episodics that are being shot in Western New York. Now, when the episodic television business sees this new budget that's will be unrolled in a few days, you know, I think that'll all change. Our fortunes will be reversed, and when that happens, that could affect our, you know, the writer's strike could affect that, because you know these are scripted shows that appear on the streaming platforms and of course the traditional broadcast and cable networks.
When we talk about the logistics of a strike like this, a lot of times these are just the writers and just union writers, but a lot of the other guilds and unions, they aren't going to cross a picket line, right? So this ends up having a bigger impact than you might even think.
It does, and I think a lot of people don't realize that the Directors Guild, their contract is up June 30th, as is SAG-AFTRA, you know, the Screen Actors Guild. So these are looming things that could affect production well into the summer, and it's not just the Writers Guild. I mean, it is right now, but in another you know, month and a half, 2 months, we could have more headaches.
What do you see being the impact of this? We don't know how long the strike is going to go on, but when you look back to some previous strikes, I mean, in some measure, we got so much reality TV out of necessity because there were no writers to do scripted shows. Do you see there being some type of big impact out of this strike long term?
Well, luckily in Buffalo, I think we handle a lot of independent movies. So they're not affiliated with the big movie studios, lots of them. I mean, we certainly have those ones coming through. But the independent folks that we have scheduled later this year that are coming in, you know, those scripts are already written. So basically now they just have to produce these movies, hire a lot of people to take part in making the movie, and so those projects should go untouched. But you're right, if this continues for a long time, we could be seeing, you know, some effects here in Western New York. But luckily, it's you know, it's not good for Hollywood. There's a lot of people employed, almost you know, over 11,000 people in this union, or in the Writers Union, but also New York City and Atlanta, and the big production centers are going to feel the effect mostly.
I've only got 20 seconds left, but you know this industry well.
Oh, yeah.
Is this going to be a long strike, you think, or are they closer than maybe they've been in the past?
I hope not. You know, they broke off talks the other night, and or last night actually, and you know, I think it's a bargaining chip maybe that they're all using, and that's what I'm hoping. So I hope that this ends quickly, and I kind of am hearing from some of the insiders out there that, you know, they expect this thing to wrap up quickly.
I know a lot of people hoping that that's the case. Tim Clark, Buffalo Niagara Film Commissioner.
Thanks
so much. We'll talk to you soon about the state budget.
Oh, I'm anxious for that, and thank you for having me on this Legacy TV station in Buffalo.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much. And thank